Let's go live on YouTube. Hold on. Did I ping Discord? Yes. Hold on, we go live on YouTube. Yes, yes. Very good. Okay. That's cool, man. Yeah, I always saw the YouTube the thumbnail for it and I was like, damn, that was crazy. Very cool video. Very inspiring too, especially within the line of stuff. Like, dude, I feel like I don't have enough I feel like this is both a good and a bad thing. I haven't seen that many horror movies or thriller movies, so I don't have many places to like take inspiration from or motivation from, I guess, or whatever you would call it. But I feel like that's also good because then maybe I come up with different things that match this game's theme a lot more. Comedic, but also kind of a horror undertone to it. I don't know. Anyways, we got some work to do. Okay, so another thing, scroll to move fire actor for maintenance job. Okay. So now we just need to make it so we can start shooting the fire extinguisher. But that being said, problem is the problem is we need to make like a main actor for this. Yeah. You know, Skibbity. Crimson, have I ever heard of The Cure? Yeah, The Cure is alcohol. Heard of it? Alcohol. Lots of it. 40%. Whiskey. 1 cup. Ball of ice. I don't even drink alcohol. I literally don't drink alcohol. It's just me making shit up. No, never heard of it. Where am I? Okay, we have to go into code. We got to make a new class. This is going to be a... What did we call the other things? Okay, add Unreal class. This is a actor. We're going to call it equipable item, usable item. Equipped item, equipable item, equipable item. Equipable actor? No, it would only be an equipable item. C++, finally, none of that drag and drop fake dev stuff. Hey, you watch your mouth, boy. Hey, you watch your mouth. Hey, you watch it, punk. Okay, so I gotta remember how to do this. So we need to create a... Are they virtual void events? How do I create an event? Is it just... No, it's virtual void, I'm pretty sure. Something that is meant to be overwritten. It's a... oh god. UE5 C++ overwritable custom events. Is it blueprint native event? Item actions. Yes. Void primary button action. And then I think if I remember correctly, we just have to call the event. In C++, I think that is it. I believe. I think. Have I ever used Pygame? No. I'm more of a cake kind of guy. No, no, I've never used it. The only thing I've ever really actually used extensively is Unreal. That's it. I want the drag and drop back. I can't read. Do I need to zoom it in? Do I need to zoom it in? Oh, great. Now I don't know what the default was. Oh, it's 13. Here. Is this good? Can you read? Can you guys read now? I need more comments, please. Okay, you can go fuck yourself. We're not doing that. We don't know how to read? Listen, I don't know how to do this either, okay? You're asking the wrong guy. I believe this should allow us to override the primary button action. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rerun, and then we're gonna override the fire extinguisher to use this as the base class, and then hopefully we should be able to get started on spewing white shit out of our fire extinguisher. It's gonna be awesome. White liquid out of our fire extinguisher. I think it's white. We're gonna make it white. Yeah. Yeah. We're making it white. Yeah. And then we also need a secondary action. And the secondary action for the fire extinguisher, when you hold right click, you're gonna hold the fire extinguisher up, and then you can shake it by moving your mouse around. Because the idea is you need to shake the fire extinguisher to fill it back up. Yeah! Yes! So you hold your hand around it, quickly move it up and down, yes, and then white liquid comes out. Okay, I did not think about that at all, but that just makes it funny, okay? This is, fuck it, man. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't think of that, and now here we are, and honestly, hell to the yeah. Okay, equipable item. All right, so now we should be able to, in theory, override primary button action. Yeah. Okay, so now we have primary button action. For now, we're going to do that. Yes, burn. Then over here, we need our left mouse button, which is in our primary action here. So here, primary action. Oh, we're gonna need, fuck. Okay, also, by the way, this, we no longer want to make it just an actor. We want it to derive from equipable item, and hopefully that doesn't break anything. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Nobody freak out. Freak out. What the fuck? Primary. Oh, shit. I can only call, I think we need another thing in here. It's not just blueprint native event. Is it also blueprint callable? Shit. I think it's also blueprint callable. Whoopsies. Oopsie daisy. So we need primary button action. We need a press and we need a release. Because at least for the context of the fire extinguisher, we need a press and a release. So primary button press action. Let's go back to here. Yeah, I'm a bit of a coder. I'm fucking flipping through and yes, it is. Don't yell at me. It is implemented. Primary button press action. Primary button press action underscore implementation. Hey, update this. Hey, update this. How do I update this? And now it's updated. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I really don't like these. Oh my god. You would think Control Shift and then up and down would be a select button. No, it's not. It's a go fuck yourself button. Okay, cool. I'm not even using the base keybinds. I'm actually using the IntelliJ. But it just, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, rerun. I think that's their base one. Oh. Oops. How you doing, Ripper Junkie? Okie dokie. So now we got primary button action. We should now be able to call primary button action as well. Ah, oh, wait a second. There we go. One of my most played games this year is a game that doesn't exist anymore. Concord? Which one? Which game? Tribe 9. Never heard of it. Oh my god, I forgot New Worlds got canned. That's crazy, man. It was a gacha game that lasted all of like 3 months. Did you have fun with it at least? What matters is the fun you had, not that it's gone. Don't remind me I had 2,000 hours in New World. It is pretty sad. Greed destroys yet another thing, huh? Greed destroys another thing again. Oh, here it is. Primary button, press action. So I think something that could be good is we also tell... Oh, maybe calling ongoing might be pretty smart as well. Imagine being the second richest man on earth, but still can't figure out how to make a good MMO. Krim is the second? Hey, you watch your tone. Hey, listen here, motherfucker. Okay. All right, so now when we have the fire extinguisher, press fire, release fire, press fire, release fire, press fire, release fire, press fire, release fire. Yeah! Dude, we are so in. Put this in the... Feed the furnace.
Very good. Yummy.
Okay, now we should be able to spew out white liquid. It is just a base of putting it in. And then also, we need to replicate it. Do I replicate the input action, or do I replicate... It's almost like shooting a gun, but in a game. But it's a fire extinguisher. Sorry, my words. So I guess we need a start fire function and then an end fire function. And then we also need secondary button press and secondary button release. And then we alt enter, generate definition, go back here. Okay. We're coding. I'm coding out of my mind. I'm C++ing out of my mind. Okay, cool. Yes. 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 Okay, let's do this. Maybe we have I guess we just put event tick in here. We don't really need an ongoing. Get owner. Get the component. Add force. Okay. If less than or equal to 0, the current set physics delta time will be used. That's fine, I think, surely. Add force will be... base rotation, get base aim rotation. Forward vector. Let's try this. What? Really? Really? Oh, my hand is stuck on nothing. Whoops. We got a lot of bugs. Don't worry, don't worry. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Is it actually being set to the owner when we pick this up? Hold on. I don't think it is. I don't think we're setting the owner. The first thing I got taught is to never cast in a tick event. Was it wrong? I'll probably change it, but for now it doesn't really matter too much. I'll probably change it. Yeah, setting the owner to self. Let's see if it's actually getting it. It is. So it's right. Generally, you don't want to do tick on... you don't want to do cast on tick. Yeah. I'll probably change it to be a variable instead. Add force is not working. Let me try increasing the value. Maybe it just needs to be larger. Wait, it's doing something. I think this base aim rotation just does not work. The problem is I need to, whatever, just get camera. Let's do get forward vector of that instead. It's still not, add force, get forward vector, follow camera. Is the forward vector not correct for this? Why is it like rotated by 90? And also it is not adding to the value. Let me try, let me make it like 500,000. Hold on. Okay, I do not like you. I don't like add force. Where's the GMC V2 GMC documentation? Hold on, let's see here. There should be a section for. Is it this one? No. There should be a section that shows that, here it is. Add acceleration, add velocity, add force, add impulse. You would assume add force would be the right one. But I guess what we want to do is maybe just add velocity. I guess. As odd as it may be. Also, this forward vector I don't think is correct, but let's just find out. For burst, you want to add impulse. I don't know if I'm going to make it as a burst because I want it to be consistent. Let me see why I get camera boom. Let's try the camera boom instead. Is this not working because it should be able to get the owner's direction? This should be local, so I'm not. You want consistent spray of the white liquid. Yes, exactly. We want consistent spray of the white. Of the white. Of the white stuff. I don't... Why is this so complicated? Can I not just get the world rotation? Get camera. Get follow camera. Get world rotation. Get forward vector. Is this in local space, I wonder? Yeah, jumping and then adding velocity is awful. Like when we're standing, it's fine, but when we're jumping in the air... Why is... I feel like I'm not having a good time with the GMC. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a very good time with this thing. Now, our character's facing X forward. I don't know. The switch to Godot is right around the corner. All right, now we're moving, but when we jump, the accumulation of force is just way too fucking high. It says add force, but add force does not work. Let's see now that we have the proper direction if it actually makes any difference. No, we are using GMC. What's GMC? It's a plugin called General Movement Component. It's very good. I just don't know how to use it yet. And obviously that, you know, has its own slew of issues. I anticipate the switch to a custom engine. I don't think I'll ever do that, to be honest. One solution would be we can check if the player is in the air and add less force, but then we have to do a check for that, which I feel like add force should be able to do this for us. I am using smooth sync as well. The items here are using smooth sync. It's a plugin for like multiplayer movement. It has like a whole bunch of parameters or whatnot. Maybe I'm using add force incorrectly, but I don't think I am. Yeah, smooth sync is cool. I've not tried using smooth sync on the player character. Honestly, the biggest thing with character move component is the fact that it can do some really neat stuff for the capsule. Okay, let's try using add velocity again. Technically not the one that we should be using. But what I'm going to do is if we're in the midair, I'm going to just reduce the amount of velocity that it adds. We'll just go really basic with it. But like when I jump, you can see how much it's like impacting it. Maybe there's a setting in the movement component that doesn't allow adding force when we're grounded. Let's see. Maybe there's something here. Are you going to be doing movement prediction shit? There's already some of that stuff in this plugin. The friction? Where's the friction value here? I don't know if it's using it from the capsule component, which maybe it is. Oh, ground friction. How slippery the surface is. Oh, that might not be what we want. Hmm. Yeah, I think I might just have to like change how the velocity is added when we're in midair and then just call it a day. And that's it. That's all we go. This plugin has an insane amount of like controls, like client prediction, client replay. It's got a bunch of different settings for the type of smoothing mode you want to use. It's got a lag compensation, which I turned off. I'm kind of leaning into more of a client predictive, or not client predictive, client authoritative movement. So it's not like a huge issue, but. We don't want to go that fast. Also, the thing that kind of sucks is it's like, this is considering almost us being moved back. And it kind of sucks though, because it's not. Hold on, I need to check. Does shooting slow down our movement speed? Only if you started afterwards. God, that's so... God, that's dog shit. I think this is being overwritten. Oh, come on, dude. I'm pretty sure if I change that ground friction to a different value, we're going to start slipping on the ground. If I change this to like 0.3, for example. I think... It is working better. I actually think it is working better. And actually it's how slippery the surface is. Okay, hold on. This might work. Does it push you up into the air? Good question. I don't think so. For some reason, at certain angles, it's moving me to the right. This doesn't make any sense. This does not make an inkling of sense. What the hell is going on? Let's try this. We're gonna do, we're gonna get actor rotation. Let's try using the the actual like rotation of the fire extinguisher. So it's launching us to the right. Does it launch us to the right over here? Dude, being on top of here for some reason, it is making us launch forward. Now it's launching us to the right. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? This doesn't make any sense. I didn't edit this as far as I remember. This shit doesn't make an inkling of sense. I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna be real. Now we're going to the right, but then if I stand up here, then we go forward. And then now I'm going forward. Now I'm going to the right. Is it What's this is happening on the server, so it's not on a client. I think you should use the capsule forward. I don't think that'd make a difference, to be honest. Like, I really... We can try this, get the world control rotation. Or no, let's just get the actor rotation. Like, we can try using get actor rotation, which I believe is the correct... Okay, so it's going to the right, but then if I stand up here, what happens? Okay, now it's going forward. Dude, it's like for some reason when it's not grounded, something else is occurring in the add force. And now it's going to the right all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. Something's weird. Show me this code. Imagine using JetBrains, not our holy editor Vim. Anything else you want to say? That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like. Okay, why? Why is okay? Hold on. What about ad force? What about ad force? So what's the difference between ad force and update force? Sets the current force, updates the velocity and acceleration for the past force as well. The force value is transient and does not persist between ticks. What the fuck? Sets the current force. Is this the one that I actually want? But then we still have the problem. The rotation is like not fucking correct. It's like weird. It doesn't make any sense. I'm floating. I'm going. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Blue pixel. So update force completely overrides whatever movement is going on. And now for some reason we're moving upwards. Wait, I can't. Wait, no, I can. Wait, no, hold on. What? What? What is going? What is going? What? What the hell's going on? What? I don't. Let's try add force again. I'm getting real mad. This plugin. Honestly, I don't know if GMC has solved many issues for me currently. To be honest, for a game of this caliber, I really don't think it has solved many issues. In fact, I feel like it's actually just caused more problems. I don't know about you, but I feel like this has actually caused more problems than solved. TBH, honest. Okay, we're going to the right again. If I for some reason go up here though, then we start moving forward. Is this like using... It's a vector, so you would assume it's using a vector, but what if it's like not using a vector? What if it's actually like... What's that thing called? A matrix? No. What's the other thing called? The thing that has like 4 values inside of it, and then like it's the weirdest fucking math ever. Or it's like the weirdest concept. I don't even know how to... What's it called? They use it behind the scenes. It's a variable type. It has 4 values. It's like 6 DOF, whatever the fuck. Yeah, quaternions. Yeah, but that would be stupid. Why is it that our add force changes based on where we are in the map, and it's only like based off of when we like... Is this a... No, add force is a force. It's not a location. No, something's weird here. I don't know what's going on.
Shit my pants, I did.
I'm working
on my own stuff right now, but here's 3/4 THS of your Starbucks.
3/4 THS. Hey, correction. I don't drink that kind of fucking poopy water Starbucks, okay? I go to a real cafe, but thank you. Thanks for the prime, Ray. Appreciate that. Dude, I'm honestly kind of thinking of just saying fuck you, GMC. You're kind of like you're pissing me off. I don't really think you solved that many problems for me. If anything, you're just causing more problems. The only thing you solved, I guess, is sprinting, which actually, yeah, I guess that does solve quite a few things for me, actually. And having different states of crouching. All right, fine, you can stay for a little bit longer, but you still piss me off a little bit. You still piss me off a little bit. Gonna be real. I wonder if getting the Ford Vector from the actor is fucking up. Minus $1,000. I have to use this product so then we can write it off on our taxes for next year. Real, and it's just Tim Hortons. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys right now. I have not gone to a Tim Hortons in like 2 years. Yeah, I know. You guys used to see me with a Tim Hortons cup like every fucking day on stream. I have not gone to a Tim Hortons in like 2 years. Prove it? What do you want me to do? Get my fucking bank statements? No. How about you suck it? Just trust me. I know it's hard to trust a streamer, especially in this day and age with the climate of streamers. This isn't working. I'm really mad. Really mad. I don't know why I added for. Why is ad force not working? Trust you. What are we, parasocial or something? I don't know. Suit for Hire dev really plummeted after he quit Tim Hortons. Suit for Hire dev plummeted when I started working on a different project, and then I haven't opened Suit for Hire in a while, and I'm gonna have to reopen it to finally get this update released. But when I do, I'm gonna be so lost. I'd be so lost. I have trust issues after Larian said they're using Gen AI in the new Divinity. Is that rage bait? Chat? Rage bait? Rage bait? Is that... It's real? You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Yeah, hard to port. Yeah, it's my bad. I gotta really get to that. I really gotta get this update out for Suit for Hire. Larian CEO confirms the studio is using generative AI to explore ideas, flesh out PowerPoint presentations, develop concept art, and write placeholder text. But he says there won't be any AI generated content in Divinity. Everything is human actors. We're writing everything ourselves. So it seems like they were doing what I was thinking of doing at one point, which is just using it for the development process, nothing else. Like not actually putting it in. But I still like, I don't know, man. I still find it kind of... Yeah. Okay, here's a comment from one of the developers. We have a team of 72 artists, of which 23 are concept artists, and we're hiring more. The art they create is original. In our use of Gen AI, I understood that we use it to export things. I didn't say we use it to develop concept art. The artists do that. They're indeed world-class artists. We use AI art. We use AI tools to explore references, just like we use Google and art books. No, it seems like they're actually using their concept artists. It's not like they fired their entire concept art team. Yeah, that's a lot less, a lot better than what I was assuming, which is like, oh, they were just straight up just like using it in the entire thing. I still think it's ass, but I don't know. You have to remember that even though they are potentially using it as ideation or as a improved Google, I guess, it is still working off of the work of other people. But yeah, I think people are making it a lot worse than it's meant out to be. Why use it to develop concepts if you have concept artists, though? You can only do so much as a director to get a point across, and sometimes having even like the most basic fucking thing just thrown together makes your concept artist life a little bit easier so that they can, you know, get things going. I'm sure it's also for just really quick ideation to just throw things together to get the point across to other people. My contract work was doing a bunch of it. I wasn't fond of it personally, but I understand why they were doing it. Why even say it though? It probably got out somehow. I don't know. The concept artists need concept artists too. Well, it's not, I don't know. I don't think a concept artist can just out of the fucking corner of their brain just come up with anything. Like, there needs to be some little art direction and whatnot. Maybe you shouldn't direct if you can't use your words. Maybe that's cynical, but that's like your job. It's not that simple. Not, if you can't use your words, then you maybe shouldn't do that thing. He was asked directly if any AI was used, and so he answered honestly. That's fair. The reality of it is, if it got out any other way, there'd be more backlash, I think. So them just getting it out there is, and saying how they're using it. I don't know. I still don't 100% like generative AI because you have to remember where all of that content is from, especially depending on like which services they're using. You know what I mean? I think that's my problem with it. Is the fact that, okay, sure, you can use it as like an improved Google, I guess. It's like, I don't know. I hate it. I fucking hate it, honestly. I hate everything that surrounds it. I hate the money aspect that surrounds it. I hate the technical aspect that surrounds it. I think the only time where the AI, whatever you want to say, is great, I think is when it's used in a medical context. When it comes to like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Embrace the AI. Embrace my balls. Embrace my balls. My balls! How is it so difficult to add force to a fucking fire extinguisher? Like, why is GMC making this hard for me? Why is this making it so hard for me? Why is it when we stand up here, it starts going forward? Didn't art creators get off with any backlash because the game is good though? They use Gen AI for a lot more than concepting. It's a complicated topic, I guess, though. I don't know what they did. All I know is that they use it for their voices. But for their voices, they are... okay, I don't like the friction chains that we did, by the way. They recorded their own voices and with consent from the voice actors. So I think that's a little bit more... I'd prefer that, especially when there's a level of communication with the voice actors that are having their thing being done. I think that is better than using it without consent. Because at that point, you're just using the technology. You're not actually using the content that's associated with the technology. I think the content associated with the technology is worse than the technology itself. Because in the context of using the public Gen AI stuff, it's like you're literally running off of terabytes of stolen copywritten art. I try to improve the logo. No AI used. Any thoughts? It's better. It's better. It looks like it's gone through some more iterations. Yeah. What references do you have for the logo? Ripper Junkie, do you have like a reference board of like different logos that kind of match a similar theme? This debate again? Yeah, I know it is kind of getting fucking old, isn't it? I don't really care anymore. We should just ban AI talk on the stream, honestly. It's actually such a boring conversation. Anyways, why is my ad force not working? This shit's fucking confusing. Why? I think the GMC movement utility, this shit's fucked. Look at my references. Okay, let me see. Why is Suit for Hire in the corner? Let me look at the updated version. It might just be the, you know what might just be the awkward part now is the framing and positioning of it. I'm not a huge fan of this part right here, like the way that the eye is with the thing. Also, I don't know if it's centered. Oh yeah, it's not centered, which is kind of driving me a little crazy, but I imagine that's because you're trying to do something with the eye there. It might be the framing that's now throwing me off. Get some references. I imagine you might have some references of other people's thumbnails to get an idea of like where they're framing their stuff. I think the framing of it being in the corner, it just kind of looks like it's just thrown in the corner. Whereas I feel like the problem is, depending on a good framing might mean that you do end up having to put this on the character. But that might look okay. Of course, though, it will end up getting in the way of your character. Could it be bottom center? It could be bottom center. Yeah. Is it the logo? I think now it's the framing. That is the framing. It's better than what you had before, though. I will 100% say. Logo definitely is. It's got a more charm to it than what you had before. It looks more like it's actually something there rather than a temporary text. Yeah. I think it's just now, I think the framing could do some improvement of where it's positioned on the piece. Sticks out to you and should be changed. You got a 54 seconds. Thoughts on visuals and vibes so far? Okay. You know, it might be good in these conversation moments. just to add a little bit more camera movement, is maybe having some little camera switches. Depending on how long the conversation is, of course. Some little camera switches might be really nice. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of the text font changing size as it goes through. I like it being written in, but I don't know if I like the text size almost yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the lighting is a little bit like flat, but that is, I feel like, the style. I don't know if a little bit of, I think there is some ambient occlusion. I can tell a little bit of ambient occlusion is there. Is localized multiple language? Ah, okay, I see what you're doing. I'd maybe set a max size because the text seems really big. So maybe like a little bit of a max size. But other than that, I don't know about the white fog in here. Is everybody smoking cigarettes? Is everybody a chain smoker in here? Not sure about the white fog, especially like you could probably, because I don't know if it's I don't remember if you're going for like a horror undertone kind of vibe. But maybe at the beginning there's less fog, but it's just there's a lot of smoke in here. So maybe the fog starts out a little bit lower, and then you can bring it's a Silent Hill office. It's for optimization. Maybe toning it down at the beginning, and then maybe you bring it up as the game goes on. And then maybe there's the one little awkward thing that I noticed is I know there's a little fade out, but the character completely disappears and you already have like a camera pan going from it. So I would say either one of two things. Don't have the camera pan and just go directly to the player character, because then it looks kind of awkward that they just disappear. Or option two is that character moves back into the place of where they are, because it looks a bit odd that they just end up teleporting. That's like a nitpick kind of detail thing. Looks good though. Looks good though. Looks good. Or 3, prolong the black. Yeah, you could do that too. Do that too. And that is the end of Feedback Hour. Thanks for dropping by for Feedback Hour. You got a golden. Now I'm back to figuring out why this add force isn't actually adding the force in the right direction. What the hell is going on? I'm getting real pissed off. Let's try doing this. We'll get the capsule. No, let's get the camera again. Let's get the camera again. Let's get the camera boom. And let's get the rotation of the camera boom. Still going to the right for some reason. I don't know why. And then when we go here, let's see, does it go forward? Yes. I hate this fire extinguisher. I hate this plugin. What the shit, man? I'm about to add, you know what? I'm about to add force using the traditional physics system. Let's see if that actually works, because I think this might be a physics-based thing. I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think so, but let's see. I think it is based on GMC. So I have to use the add force system that's associated to the GMC movement component. But it does not add velocity from external forces. What? No, that's not right. Have we tried launch character? Launch character is used with the player character. We are not using a player character. We're using a player pawn with the GMC component. Launch character is a... yeah, that's a movement component thing that we don't have control over. Yeah. Add velocity's not working. You know what, man? We're debugging this first, because I don't know what the fuck is going on, and it's really I'm getting real pissed off. Dude, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, so very funny. Update. It is getting the right rotation. I think it's just the GMC component for some reason is fucking stupid. Obviously. I don't know what the hell it's doing. It's almost getting... Dude. Okay. It's got to be something in our GMC movement component. Something with our walkable base. That is somehow impacting... If true, the pawn will inherit yaw rotation changes of the base component. Does the vector need to be calculated relative to our character? It is not relative to our character because for some reason... it changes rotation. Is this rotated? It's rotated by 180 degrees. So that doesn't make sense because the forward vector by default for some reason goes to the right. This is 90 degrees. Oh my god, this fucking thing. Add force is relative What is this by default? What the fuck is this by default? What is the default of this? Was that changed? Is it relative by default? Where are you? Where the fuck are you? I want to talk with you. I need to have a chat with you and your boss. Based movement determines how movement is handled when based on another component. By default, it's relative here. What is it defaulted to here? Relative. What is it defaulted to here? Relative. So it's always just relative by default. Yes, it's relative to what I'm standing on. Because this is rotated 180 degrees. The train that we're standing on by default is rotated by 90 degrees. I bet my fucking left butt cheek, if I put a cube over here right now, and it has no rotation, 0 rotation, and the player character walks on this, and we use the add force system, I bet you it's actually going to go in the right direction. I bet money on that. I bet money on that. Money. Maybe not money. Never mind. I take that back. But I bet my left butt cheek. Yeah. So let's say we go back to the original. Why is add force considering the base the relative base? Okay, let's go back to relative. Okay, and then we can test this out again. What a weird way for that to work. What a stupid way for that to fucking work. Okay, the original one that we used was add velocity. That was the one that I think worked with 50 units as the measurement. So I'm going to the right for some reason. Then when I stand on here, this becomes my base. It is now moving forward because it is 180 degrees. But then what if I use it while I'm on top of this cube? Uh-oh, the tunnel. Fuck. I hit the tunnel. Hold on. I need to make this larger so that I can dodge the tunnel. So if I stand on here, I'm now moving forward. Why? Why? Why is it relative to the object that I'm standing on? That's so stupid. Okay, well, we determined what the problem is. Throw this add-on in the trash. Now I'm moving forward. There was a weird little speed up going on there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Okay, we're moving forward. Okay, now if we stand on something, we're still moving forward. I'm really mad. Why does adding velocity impart the base that you are on? I guess you could get the actor base, and then you can minus that out of the but that's fucking stupid. Okay, what are the differences between velocity and relative? The pawn will follow components based on their velocity. The pawn will move relative to components it is based on. Base changes are not predicted in this mode. So if I use that and then suddenly, not that I care about this, but if I suddenly now jump on the tunnel, I wonder what difference it is now in terms of the base changing. So if I jump now on this. Interesting, we're no longer, We're now no longer on the base. Now, I don't care much for that. But that is interesting. What does the C++ look like for this plugin? I'm so curious because I would want to change that in a heartbeat. I have changed some of the C++, but I don't fucking know. I wonder if there's something I changed, which now, like... I wonder if there's, like, an element that I changed in the base movement. Is there anything I changed in here? Not in this component. How about in here? Is there anything I changed in here? If true, the actor that we're currently based on will be unrotated and moved to the equalization location for the move execution client-owned pawns. This can significantly improve prediction results for bases that have roll and or pitch rotation. However, in addition to the increased performance overhead, there may also have far-reaching consequences for the game logic. Wait, hold on. Were we still in relative? Did I move it back to relative or did I move it back to... Oh, see? Okay, so this is now doing it the way that it used to be before. Let's try equalize base actor. I wonder if equalize base actor is what we would want. So in theory, if this is correct, we should now launch for... Equalize in place. Let's turn off equalize in place. Why is it in... Okay, let's try velocity. Let's turn off walkable surfaces only. Because I'm curious, I think that's the... not that I care about jumping on the tunnel, but I do want to kind of keep a similar basis of what we got going on. Now, of course, jumping still is like really crazy. We can potentially fix that. It's interesting, just how different that functions. Maybe we set the max height to 2000 as well. I don't know if that makes any difference. Yeah, that's really dumb. I gotta say. Making it so you have to like take into account the base that you're on just to do like adding force and stuff. I don't, yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. Interesting. It doesn't take the tunnel. It doesn't use the tunnel as a base. For some, there's a fire. It doesn't. Hold on, I can get back up. We don't care too much about that, but I do want to be careful about it. All right. Well, now I guess we figured out what the problem is. That's I got to be honest. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. That is really, really stupid. Is there a node that I'm missing? Let's see. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's read it. Allows for easy manipulation of the pawn's physics due through the following functions. Scaling with the delta time also happens automatically, and in the past delta time concept will be used, which will be appropriate for most use cases. The calculations also consider the configured mass of the pawn, which can be adjusted through the mass property of the movement component. Wow, not a single mention about the base that you're currently standing on affecting this. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I feel like? You know what I feel like doing now? Making another coffee. I feel like making another coffee. Yeah, this was awful. This is fucking stupid. No, it's not the tunnel throwing it off. So what I found out is when we stand on the furnace, which becomes our new relative base, floor base, right? That becomes our base after like a second or so, or 0.5 seconds. We started moving forward. Or no, we started moving in the correct direction, which was backwards. But that doesn't make sense because we're getting the forward vector of the actor, which means we should be moving forward, which is what we're currently doing. That's because the relative rotation of the base that we're on was 180 degrees. But when we're on the train, we start moving to the right. Why do we start moving to the right? Because the relative rotation, or the rotation of the engine, like the train itself, is 90 degrees. So you can imagine, if we look at this from a top-down standpoint, this is our character. The train is 90 degrees. We move to the right. That's our forward vector because it's a relative rotation. When we stand on the furnace, which is 180 degrees, we start moving backwards, even though our character is facing that direction, which is technically what we want. But what we're actually feeding into the value is the forward vector of the fire extinguisher, which is forward, because it's taking the base into account. Now, what we could do is, if we want to keep using the relative source, I guess we'd have to get the base, the actor base, get the relative rotation of this fucking piece of shit, and then minus that out of the fucking force. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. That would be what we'd have to do to get this to work. Now we could say, take the current relative rotation, break the rotator, invert the rotator, and then combine the rotations of this and this, and then get the forward vector. And let's see if that actually works. And now we should still be able to land on the tunnel. Just why though? I don't know, don't ask me. I don't know why they're taking the base into account when it comes to adding force or whatnot. When you would probably not want that taken into account. If it's using base for movement, it's for moving platforms, elevators, and so on, I assume. No, I get that. I get that part. Don't get me wrong. I get that part. It's just when you're doing like when you're using a node like add force, for example, or add impulse, it's usually coming from a third person like perspective. It's outside of the actual character movement component, and you're doing it from like an outside perspective, like shooting a rocket or something else. The fact that I have to take into account the base that we're on, is crazy. Oh, see right here, base change transition time. So it takes a second, which makes sense. Skill issue for sure. Well, we figured it out in the end, so I don't know if it's a skill issue. If anything, actually, I'm kind of a fucking genius. How long did that take? Yeah. That was horrendous. That took us hours to figure out. Now, of course, the problem then is we are adding force. But when we're in the air, it adds way more force. Okay, so now what are we actually going to do? Are we still using this fucking shit? We have to use 500,000 as the add force. Let's try just add velocity. I know it's kind of fucked in that way. Blueprint forward is plus Y. That doesn't have a, like, that doesn't impact this specifically. What's going on here doesn't really have anything to do with the plus Y. Or, like, I thought of that and I was like, maybe it's the fact that it's plus Y. So then I was doing get right vector because maybe they were taking this into account from the mesh rotation, which is for some reason plus Y. But then it was the instant I stood up on this furnace, this little surface here, and then it started going in a different direction, which is then I was assuming, oh, it has something to do with the base that we're standing on, which is fucking stupid. And that's just the way that this GMC plugin is fucking coded. I'm, you know. I do see something here for the velocity setting. Force relative base to movement for simulation. Yeah, I don't know. Such an odd. Why is my computer suddenly working overtime? What happened? Oh, is it JetBrains for some reason doing something? I gotta say, one thing I don't like about Writer is just how much memory it eats. Is that a case with other IDEs where your IDE or your editor eats up like 6 gigabytes of RAM? Or is that just a Writer thing? I'm mining Bitcoin, my bad. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Is it more of a writer thing? Fun. Fun. Visual Studio eats like 2 gigabytes. So why does writer eat so much? So do we want to add maybe acceleration? Or do we want to add force works weird. Add impulse is usually for a single tick. Unless we just say fuck it, we just add impulse. Let's just try it out. Let's try add acceleration because we haven't tried that yet. Maybe acceleration would be... we don't need the delta time. I think I'm learning delta time does not need to be input. It's a bit fast. Let's remove a... Let's go ahead and remove a couple zeros, perhaps. Let's go ahead and remove a couple zeros, maybe. Again, when we're standing on the ground, it's different from... Reminder that this billionaire has 64 gigs and cries about Ryder using 6. Who said I was crying? I was just curious. Yeah, using add force. I wish there was a way to add force without taking into account friction. I guess add velocity is the way to go about it. Update acceleration. We tried to update force. That got real weird. Maybe we can update velocity. Let's try update velocity. Update velocity for moved distance. Huh? Let's try this. Update velocity. Maybe this will give us an interesting result. We should... It's all cubes. What? The fuck is going on? It's like going in the most randomest direction. What is going on? Maybe not update velocity. Maybe we just fuck it. Maybe we just add impulse. Whatever, fuck it, man. Screw it. It says it should only be used one time. I'm gonna put it on tick because fuck you, man. I do what I want. And in this case, I'm using the node that says not to use it. Still, when we're in air, it adds way more... I was hoping this thing would not care. Randomist is not a word. It's becoming a word. I'm making it a word. I'll make it a word. Yeah, Ryder's a good time, honestly. Ryder's nice. It actually feels like a usable... It feels like a usable avenue for me to learn how to code. Visual Studio made me want to like rip out my eyeballs whenever I looked at it. I'm sure there's ways of making it feel better, but it's just not for me. Maybe just check if you're grounded, not change the power. Yeah, that might be like what we end up doing. I'm using Visual Studio right now. Let's try velocity change instead. Beep 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 beep. Still launching a lot. So a very weird thing. I don't think add impulse cares about the Z rotation. Either that or the get world rotation of our follow camera is not correct. What I might use instead is the actor rotation of the fire extinguisher. And then possibly... It's still not working. You're probably like, well, Crimson, who cares? I care. I care. I care. So maybe we just cut out the Z value. Did add velocity work? In terms of allowing us to launch upwards? I think the problem is that when we combine this with the relative rotation of the actor base, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this. We're just going to take the yaw. We're going to multiply. We're going to assume that any base that we're on will not have an adjusted roller pitch. Let's just go off of that assumption. And hopefully nothing fucking breaks. Nothing breaks. Nothing breaks. Okay? Surely everything will be fine. Now, when we launch ourselves using the fire extinguisher, we should be able to launch ourselves upward. That's it. That's what we want. Okay. So now we need to modify this value based off of if we are grounded. Um. Is nav mesh walking? Was nav mesh walking last update? How do I check if we're grounded? Help. That's not what the one we want. Is moving on ground. Oh, it is this one, the nav movement component. I did see that. So it's this. Is moving on ground. And we'll do a select. If true, it'll be 50. If false, let's just do 10. Let's see if that works. I know currently we're launching in the wrong direction. Don't you worry. That's going to be as simple as fixing the forward vector. Okay. 70, 20. 15. Let's do 15, 60, and then let's invert this. Which should give us the correct velocity now, which is launching us backwards. We can fly, which is fun. Obviously, this is going to have a limited amount of ammo. All right. Okay. Wow. We didn't even do the fire extinguisher part yet. We didn't even we didn't even do the fire extinguisher part yet. Can you swap the extinguisher with a fart propeller? No. Next question. No, next question. Now, can we resist the... Yes, so you can resist the force by holding W. Now, I feel like when you're holding W, I still want... Okay, hold on, let's try 90. I want you to be able to go, like... To still go a little backwards. Maybe not that much. So let's try 80. I want you to be able to resist it, but not like... What the hell? Oh, hold on. Let me try this on clients as well. I'm not necessarily doing what I want. Let's try 85. Is 90 just the threshold value? There's like a value, a magic number value here. This is magic number territory right here. Okay, never mind. We'll just do 75. Going against the velocity for some reason is the most randomest thing ever. It's really stupid. I can already see players using the fire extinguisher as a jetpack to get through the train faster. I'm all for it, dude. That's the kind of shit we want. That's the kind of shit we want, man. Yes. Okay, now let's see if clients work well. Client 1, client 2. Wait, you dropped that. Give me that. What the fuck? How is this even a problem in this fucking plugin? I think the frame rate is adjusting how much we are launching ourselves. Because even the server isn't getting the right value. You would think that's crazy. Don't tell me I gotta calculate this shit myself. I thought this would... Dude, this plugin... roll. I might have to calculate that in the intensity. You're really good at promoting this plugin. Makes me want to get it myself. Hey, it's a good thing I'm not sponsored by the plugin. And even if I was, I'd still shit on it. The documentation, while somewhat present, is fucking dog shit. Okay, we need to take into account the world delta seconds. And we need to multiply this by our intensity. And then we need to change these numbers. And chances are it's probably just going to be a basis of 150, 750, and that should be fine. That is crazy that I have to be the one doing that and it's not built into the function. Yeah, I'm using smooth sync for the objects, but I have not tried smooth sync for characters. Yeah, I haven't tried it. Ugh. Testing a multiplayer is so annoying because these windows reset their scale, which is a real pain in the ass. Great, no fire extinguishers. Okay, there we go. And now I gotta redo this again. Why doesn't this just save? Please. Please. It's kind of funny if you resize. Okay, so let's see. Do we launch ourselves? Yes, we do. Does it change when we're flying? Yes, it does. Woo! Woo! Okay, drop that because we only have one. Okay, client one. Give it a try now. Okay, works. Okay, drop that. Server works the same. Funny enough, there's only a certain height we can go. Is that different if we have a higher frame rate? Let's see. No, it's about accurate. It's about the same, which I actually do like that. Oh, funny. It's accessing none from actor base because there's no actor base. Fucking shit. Oh my god. Okay. We'd have to do a... Is there a safe select in this? I think I'm gonna have to recreate my safe select. Great. Well, whatever. Okay, we'll just live with the error for now. Hey, Mr. Mister. How goes it today? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's great. It's fine. Okay, now let's make it so we can actually, let's make it so we can shoot cum out of our fire extinguisher. Yeah, I said it. Let's make it so we can shoot shit out of the fire extinguisher now, and let's get it replicated. Hell yeah. Now, here's the funny thing. How do you properly replicate shooting in a multiplayer scenario? I don't know. Let's just get let's do something fun. Let me get like a Niagara particle effects in here. Okay, so new folder. This is gonna be 5_VFX. Okay, Niagara system. Let's start with one of the things in here. I'm pretty sure there's directional burst lightweight or fountain lightweight. I guess it would just be directional burst. Or maybe we could do blowing particles. Let's try it. Fire extinguisher. Liquid. Yes. Yes. The fire extinguisher liquid. It would appear I have selected the wrong thing. Whoopsies. Whoops. Maybe we can still use this, possibly. Okay, we can do 25. Where's initial velocity? We probably don't want wind force, although that would be funny. We're going to delete that. We're going to delete aerodynamic. We're going to do particle spawn. Particle spawn. You probably want velocity. And then velocity on the Z is probably not what we want. We want it on the X. Let's do 5 hundo. Oh, yeah. It's going to say something really weird. Never mind. I don't want to say it anymore. You guys don't see it because it's kind of hard to see. In fact, even for me, I don't know how to focus on this thing. How do we get a different background here? It's really, I'm getting pissed. I'm getting pissed off. There we go. Gray wireframe. Okay. Let's just change the size of this because this is annoying me. Okay, why does it have like random colors? Why is like some of them red? I'm confused. Why is it rendering? Okay, I'm just gonna assume that's like a debug view that I don't really care for. Red is bad, call a doctor. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, now we want spawn rate is 15 currently. Let's do 30. Why are some of them flying up into the air? That's kind of funny. I do want it to add in a cone though. So maybe I should have done velocity cone. No. I think those are collisions. Does this have self collisions? It shouldn't, because it's doing it on GPU depth buffer. Which I don't think would have self collisions, right? Well, whatever. Okay, let's just get this launching. And the funny thing is we can make it so the white stuff coming out of we can make that client predicted. No problem. No problem. We can do that. That's not a problem. In fact, that's perfect for us. And look at that. It's already we're already getting the job done. We're already getting the job done. Okay. Not sure how I feel about the size of it real quick. Let's change the sphere. We also have a where is the we have the scale sprite size, but where is the sprite opacity? There's something in here that is affecting the sprite opacity. I can tell something is in here. Is it just the scale sprite size? No, something in here is affecting the opacity. I don't know where the alpha is being adjusted. I no idea. Honestly, this should just be like a 3D mesh rather than a sprite. That'd probably be like what we'd want, but that's okay. Waiting for compilation to complete. Okay, well, just throw it in. Let's just see what it looks like without even turning it on and off. Okay, let's make it stick to the surface. Initialize particle, random color maybe? No, it looks like it's maybe it's this, material random. Calculate random range float 001. What is that? What? I don't know if that's it right there. No clue. Yeah, the color is changing. Okay, hold on. Let's look at collision. I don't want it to slide off of surfaces when it collides. I just want the collision to just stay in the spot. Let me see if I No, friction during a bounce. I feel like this was easier to understand with the other system. Let's do, I guess, turn off simple friction. It's sliding along the surface, even though I just want it to stick. Yeah, I just want it to stick, but I don't know how to do that in Niagara. I know how to do it in Cascade because there's a whole setting for it, but... Guys? Let's just change some of the values a little bit. Maybe we up the friction a bunch. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now this. These are the goods. These are the goods. Oh, yeah. We got it. We got it now, guys. We got it now. We got it now. This is being run on the GPU, so we can put more in here, right? Right? That more does not equal bad, right, guys? Yes. Okay. Let's change the shape location of the sphere radius, but let me do something on the add velocity. In cone, sick. Okay. Why is it self-colliding? Like, how do you turn off the self-collision? I guess it can't because there's the GPU depth buffer? I don't know. I'm not sure. Because you could see it's colliding on itself, or it's colliding with a fake floor. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try 10 degrees. Okay, let's see. It's only spawning when it moves for some reason. I think it was colliding with the fire extinguisher. Oh my god, it is colliding with the fire extinguisher. Can you give it a delay when it before it starts? Okay, let's, I don't know. We're just having fun with it, chat, right? We're just having a little good time with it. We have a bit of fun here. I don't want to do distance fields because the problem with we're not using any distance fields. Maybe I can somehow make it so the collision enabled is after delay. Alive? No, hold on. Is there a way to make it so we only enable collision after a certain period? Oh, mask boolean, spawn group, parameter. How'd you go about doing this? Listen, I ain't no, A is greater than B, life. We put an input which is age 1. Huh? That right? That should work. Why is it still doing that weird thing? Okay, maybe not. Is it particle age rather than emitter age? It might be that. Particle age. A is greater than B. So that way we're only enabling collision. Oh yeah, we're not getting the weird things going on anymore. I don't know why it requires us to like move around a bunch. Velocity speed, cone axis 1, cone angle 10. For some reason, it's only spawning when we see it. I think there has to be something in here that will only spawn it when it's in vision, which is crazy. That or it's the collision. We can try turning off collision. And now it's working. Okay. It's because of the scene depth collision. Even though we set collision to off until after a certain period of time. Kill occluded particles. Will die as soon as they become occluded by opaque geometry. Maximum time off screen. How long a GPU particle using depth of buffer occlusion can remain off screen before being killed? What? Oh, it's like, I guess it's, let's see. Wait. Is the collision not turned on? Let's do 0.2 seconds there. Is this not, is this not working? Guys? Guys? Oh, I just realized this isn't a constant. It's being controlled by the loop duration. What should we set the life cycle for if we want this to be looping? Just system? But is that correct? I don't know. Let's see. No, it's still resetting after like 5 seconds. The problem is it's doing it in chunks. I don't like the fact that it's doing it in chunks. Where's a lifetime? Lifetime is 12 to 15, which is funny. So, was it kill occluded particles? What's my plan for overall art direction? Honestly, I don't know yet. I don't 100% know yet. I think that's, yeah, that's what it was. I don't 100% know yet. Can I copy this and paste it in here? Yes, I can. Yes. Don't know what the cost of that would be, but I do see it kind of coming off the... It's kind of bouncing off of it. I don't want this to bounce. I don't want it to bounce! How do I turn off? How do we turn off bouncing? Let's just do simple friction. I don't know if that... already adding jiggle physics. No, I don't want it! I just want it to just not bounce. I want it to stick to the surface. Oh, we might have to change that value, by the way, to like 0.5. I think I love it. The one thing I don't like is the I don't like the randomization in the initial mesh orientation. I think I want this kind of particle probably always facing the camera, almost like it's a sphere. Yeah. So how do we align it? Alignment automatic. Facing mode, face camera. Uh-oh, the collisions are doing weird things again. Just ignore that. It's literally not even facing the camera. What the hell? Wait, it's literally not. Automatic face camera. I think that's working now. Okay, let's see if that works. Something nice and foamy that dissolves away? Yeah, I do want to make it dissolve 100%. Rather than it just deleting itself. Ideally, I'd probably want it to just dissolve. Oh yeah. Nice and foamy, yes. Wait, why are those stuck there? They're not dying. Wait, they're just not dying. Okay, let's make it so collision does not kill the object. Let's do 1. So I think we do need to give it a life. I think it needs a lifetime. Oh, 12 seconds to 15 seconds. Let's do 4 seconds to 5 seconds, or 3 to 6. Let's see what that does. Foam party. It's a foam party. We could probably reduce the spawn rate. Now remember, we won't be able to spawn this much because you have to do it in bursts. The idea would be you'd have to like hold right click and start shaking the fucking thing yeah. Which that's going to be a fun challenge to get that going. Yeah, you're going to have to shake it. Shake it! You're going to have to shake it. I'm going to reduce the lifetime again. Fading it out would be great. I actually don't know what's going on to the opacity. Oh, it's going over the value. That's good. Love that. Can you like not do that? It's like it's expanding. I kind of like that. What do you spray and then look away? I think it occludes itself. But the idea would be we'll do like constant, like every 0.5 seconds, we do a line trace, and that'll be considered as the bullet, I guess. You can use scale color with alpha to fade it out. Color. Scale colored, I think, would it be scale color? And then we'd want a curve. And then normalized age, I guess, would be the actual correct thing. So this would want to be 0. Then we'd go up to 1. And then let's do 1 here. Then let's do a break real quick. Okay. Uncheck skill RGB. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. That was probably affecting it. All right. Test number 73. Particles should align to the hit surface and render like a decal. Loads decals. I don't know if I'd want to. I kind of like it being. No, I guess we could. Let's see if it will. Let's see if it'll even work. Control roll on collision, I think would be what we'd want. Because we have a different kind of setup. Might not. I'd have to change some of the setup. I'm okay with it just looking like a sphere. Because then it's almost like a fake sphere of foam. This looks ridiculous, dude. Is the train going to go on fire a lot? I don't think fires are going to happen that often. But they'll still be there. Okay, so now let's just make it so the foam only appears when we're firing. It's the next piece of the puzzle. Auto activate, no. We want this to activate. And then this to deactivate it. Now, of course, we have not replicated this yet. Or none of these things are replicated yet, so we'll have to replicate this action, but we'll get that going. Oh yeah. We're fucking foaming, man. I'm foaming out of my mouth. What does that look, what does this look like from a third person perspective? Now, we don't have the foaming part replicated yet. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing. It's gonna be fine. I wonder if replicating the movement will allow the rotation to be... Damn it. It's not replicating the rotation. Well, that's really unfortunate. So here's what we can do. We can do a rep notify on this. And then what we can do is, well, let's actually keep that there because locally this will occur. But then in here, what we'll do is we'll do a branch of firing and set it to active or deactivate it. And then another thing we're going to want to do is we probably want to run this on the server. So we'll set it locally and then we'll probably run it on the server. But for now, let's just say screw it and just try it out. Of course, the problem is it doesn't get the actual rotation of the thing. And it only runs on the server. So we have to run that event on the server as well. So custom event, server set firing. So locally, you'll see yourself firing stuff, which is great. We'll try to make it so it's a little bit more client authoritative in the sense that you can like take out a fire ASAP. So there isn't that delay. But that being said, we can play with the delay almost like it could make sense. So, okay, so now that is working on the server. The client gets a more up-to-date version, which is fine with us. Okay, the real challenge is getting this to work on the thing. Also, I do still see the emissive getting really bright, which means it's multiplying it way over. We do have a material random here, and I don't know what the calculate random range float 001 is. I don't know what that is. Let's turn that off. I don't know if that's making a difference to this, but I don't like it. Oh, great. No fire extinguisher. Okay, now we do. Remember when you clowned on me for wanting to make an extinguisher for my game? I do. When was that? When was that? You're spreading misinformation. I don't remember this. Here, take this. Wait, does it stick on players too? It does. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my. It should cover their screen over time too. Oh, we will do that. Oh, we will. Don't you worry. Oh, we will. I told you, and you said, what are you going to do with the fire extinguisher? Spray them? I don't know. I don't remember the context. In this context, the fire is a hazard that comes up, and then you have to use the fire extinguisher to spray the things. We'll scour your VODs if I have to. All right, fine. This is going to be an R-rated game. Why? Why would you say that? What? Okay, that can happen. Not very good, but that's... let's hope that doesn't happen. The collision is still not sticking 100%. So maybe we just up the... up the friction, I guess. All right, this is fun. Now, the next piece of the puzzle, secondary button, which would, in theory, allow us to... right-clicking should make it so the item then becomes a physics asset, and then you have to shake it up and down. So how can we utilize our physics handle system to shake the fire extinguisher that we have in our hands? And then when we're done shaking it, we return it to the hand. No, we're not calling it jerking it. We are not jerking the fire extinguisher. Do not call it jerking it. We are not jerking the fire extinguisher. Stop calling it jerking it. We're not jerking the fire extinguisher. Oh, you motherfuckers. Also, we do need to like replicate the rotation because that's going to be pretty important for us. Okay. Does it make you fly if you jerk it too hard? I don't. Let's make it so if you jerk it too hard, it explodes. In the train, straight up jorking it, and by it, well, let's just say my fire extinguisher. Oh, put that in a tweet. Oh fuck, put that in a tweet. I don't think you need to shake it. It's just a pressure vessel. Well, this is a video game. And I want to put jorking it in my fire extinguisher, man. I want to jork my fire extinguisher. And by jork it, I mean shake the shit out of it until it explodes. Okay, we should... that would be really funny, is if you shake it too hard or for too long, it actually explodes. That would be kind of funny. So you kind of like, you don't want to shake it too much. You want to like do it in intervals. Okay. So. Okay, so here's what we need to do. We got to rerun our code. Audience pitch. I'm telling you, chat. I'm telling you right now. If we do this right now and then add sound effects to this, this could be a great clip to post. With that copy pasta of straight up jorking it. And by jorking it, I mean my fire extinguisher. God. Maybe it could be a co-op thing. Okay, don't get ahead of yourself. Okay, listen. What is this? What is this? Listen. Just because the game called Train Rot doesn't mean that we need to like associate a shit ton of brain rot to it. Okay. Okay, don't get ahead of yourself. All right, so in here, we're going to do simulate physics. Actually, how do we do it for our other systems? Okay, let's just try this. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I love it. That's great. All this for a fucking fire extinguisher? Crazy. Anyways, this is the... luckily, this is the beginnings of our system, right? You know what I mean? So, I don't think we have a secondary button input. We have a primary action. But we do not have a secondary action. So let's go ahead and add a secondary action. In this case, for mouse and keyboard, it would be our right click. All of them have flexible tubes. I don't know. The reference I had was metal. And I kind of like the fact that it's kind of like goofy and retro. Like what would happen is, I guess what I saw is that this element is on like a swivel. So this, I guess, would get rotated upwards. So it look like a curve like that. So what I'm going to do is when we are, well, when I actually edit this, I'm going to make it so we'll have two different meshes for it, I think. We'll have the one that's rotated, and then I guess when you're shaking it, maybe we just like tilt it down or something. But honestly, it kind of looks funny like this too. It kind of looks funny like this too. Seeing the whole red thing just sticking out while we're just fucking shooting down at the fire. No, we are going to make it so it's upright. That's the idea. That's what we're going to do. But first, I need to put our secondary action input in. So this is going to be, I wouldn't mind just kind of copy pasting. Okay, can you stop doing that, please? Oh, it's literally just left mouse button. I didn't put in the other stuff. So this is right mouse button. And then... Dude, the clapping in this reminds me of the fucking song that they would play when I'm on hold for my bank. The clapping sound, and I actually genuinely just got like PTSD there. I'm not even kidding. Completed. Company is cheap and bought the cheapest kind. Yeah, hell yeah. And it gives it a bit of like that retro feel that we want. Make it go hard and up on its own when you shake it. Oh my god. Stop. Stop. It's too phallic. Stop. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Get help. Stop. Get help. Secondary button, press action, set simulate physics. Shit. Okay, it is pressing and releasing. It is just for some reason not simulating the physics. Ooh. I walk away for an hour and then everything becomes a penis innuendo. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. It wasn't me. Okay, so for some reason, right click is not simulating physics of the static mesh. It could be that the actor, no, but the static mesh should release from the thing. Simulate turned to on. Does this have a collision? Yes. Does this have a oh. Okay. Pawn, ignore physics body, ignore vehicle destructible, sure, world static and world dynamic. Physics only. Okay, there we go. We're good. So the immediate that we right click, we are going to want to basically basically do the code that is over here. Fuck. Oh. Oh, shit. God, trace for interactables out hit last interacted hit result. Okay. Custom grab object. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to okay, hit result. We're gonna set this to this. I'm gonna do this, and then that's gonna become this. And then now I can do a custom grab actor, but now I gotta feed 5 million fucking information to it. And then also, it needs to get the handle object context. That is a part of the interaction interface. Okay. Is interactable? No. Is handleable? Yes. Shit. Camera lock mode, yes. Okay, okay, good. I don't, okay. Okay, good, okay. Okay, so now what we need to do, this is gonna be very, very, very hacky. We want to cast our player character. Want to custom grab actor. And then in the hit result, we need to feed it certain things. Hit actor, self. Hit location, get actor location. Impact point, I don't know what else this is using. Blocking hit, yes. We need to like basically do our own hit stuff. Hit component, oh fuck. Static mesh. Okay, let's see if that actually, let's see if that works, because I have no idea. Oh my god! Okay, it okay, it will not do the ongoing call because left click is not currently being hit. So what I might actually do is I think I'm going to put this in the event tick. I know, crazy. I know, I'm a psychopath. I think I'm going to put this in the event tick. Where's my event tick? Because then I can handle things that doesn't necessarily require left click. So let me see, can I still carry things? Yep, of course. Can I move and shake this? I can. However, it's in the middle of nowhere. Okay, it's being set to a 0, 0 location. It is doing a get desired handle distance. What is that by default? Should just be 0. Something is setting its target location very far away. Oh, trace start. Trace start is currently 0. That needs to be... this would be our camera. Okay, that's what's going on. All right. All right. Shake that fucker. Yes! Yeah, okay. Now we just gotta reset it. Now we just gotta... now we just gotta reset it. Also, I think I wouldn't mind the handle location being in the middle of the thing, not wherever the hell it is doing it right now. Let's try without the camera lock mode. I'm curious. I am going to want to do the camera lock mode, but yeah, I think we're going to do camera lock mode. We are going to have to set the object in front of us, though. It is also, I think... Oh, I know what we can do. It's doing the hit result location right at the handle. What we can do, actually, is get the actor location... get the world location of the fire extinguisher, and then that will become our pivot location. So now we can shake the fucking shit out of this thing. Oh, dude. Yes, dude. Let's reduce the camera lock interrupt speed. Yes. How does that, does that, I don't think that appears on other clients because we're not setting the simulate physics on server. But let's see. And also this doesn't have smooth sync. So it's just for the client. It's just for the client. That's okay for now. We can figure it out later. If you're running with the fire extinguisher, will it blow up? Well, I don't know if you can... Let's try running with it. Should I keep it so it's like it's not staying upright? Should we keep it so it like does not stay upright? Let me try camera lock mode. I think I like that. Does it have drag? It does. It is a bit slow. We can change the interp speed so we can shake the shit out of it real bad. And then we'll hear like a noise. And then, I wouldn't mind actually constraining the rotation a bit. If I set the world rotation to 0, that should bring it upright. To be honest, I'm good with just a jerking motion. I press R or something. Yeah, but like then that just removes the entire fun of the game, which is making it so a lot of the actions are like you doing it, you know what I mean? So yeah, the whole point of the game is like just having a good time with it, you know what I mean? Can I actually, can I even edit the constraint mode? Yeah, half, like 90% of the game is this, you know? Doing things yourself. This is me spinning my mouse. This is me moving the thing in position. This is me dragging my mouse down to pull the lever. This is me like actually opening the door. It's very like Amnesia-esque, I guess, in the sense that you are like the one doing the stuff. So yeah, it's kind of like part of it, you know what I mean? So this is what, an XY plane? The game is about your jerking abilities. Yeah, okay. Yes. Bad news. I cannot modify the rotation constraint whenever I want to. Let me see if I just set it by default in there, if that will work, even though it is being modified. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. We'll call it Jorkin. Jorkin it. And by it, I mean my fire extinguisher. Hmm. I guess we need to detach the actor before... And then set the world location, and then simulate physics? What? Ballsack. But can you drop the fire extinguisher when you hold it like that? No, the idea would be... the idea would be... when you let go of right click, we'll reset the location of it back to the player character. And let me find where that attachment system is. Oh, here it is. Oh my. Oh my. Maybe we want to put a thing for the thing. Okay, whatever. Maybe we make a function for this. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, so the idea when you're right clicking, you're like holding it out in front of you to shake it, but then when you let go of right click, we'll essentially release the object, and then yeah. So we have a custom grab actor. Now we need a custom let go actor. It's very hacky code. It feels very hacky at the moment because we're like relying on our physics grabbing system to grab onto something. Now we just need to reset it back into place and then reattach it to our player character. So let's copy this, I guess. Although we should have like a... we should have like a function for this, like get attachment location and rotation. Or get attachment transform. Get item transform. Get item attachment transform. That might be a smart idea. I don't know. Anyways, copy this code real quick. Anyways, fuck it. Put it here. Or actually, wait. The actor is still attached to our hand. The thing that is not attached to our hand, or not attached in the right spot, is the static mesh. Okay. We just need to reattach this. Parent is the default scene root. Doesn't matter, keep relative, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because then we're gonna set the location or set the transform of this. Set relative transform. And then this will become the new relative transform. So we got 47, 7, and negative 15. So we got 47, 7, negative 15. Then we got negative 90 and negative 90. That's it, I think. Yes. I'm shaking the shit out of my... I'm jorking the shit out of my fire extinguisher. Although I wish it kind of stayed upright. I could make it so the pivot location is slightly above. Okay, the thing that's great about this is we can put this system through its paces and then we can reuse this for other items. You know, it's just a basis of get this working first on one item and then it'll work great in other places. Should I set, let's see, let's go to the static mesh real quick. Let's set the center of mass a little higher. Okay, where's center of mass? Excuse me? Where the fuck is the center of mass? Is it on the collider? I swear there's settings for the collider itself. Here it is. Wait, I don't have a center of mass. Is it in here then? Ah. Oh, let's do -15 then. There we go. Now we got a little bit better. It's a little bit lower on the bottom of the fire extinguisher. We're okay with it going a little crazy, you know what I mean? In fact, we want it to. Let's see. Object context. I'm going to increase the interp speed. So then we can really, like, shake the shit out of this thing. It's doing spins and shit. It's doing kick flips. Oh shit, I can still launch myself like really fast. If I'm running backwards with it, things go very bad. Could be cool if you could hit yourself with that. So in the future, you'll probably be able to hit people when you're just grabbing it like a traditional object. I don't know. Oh, I guess you could still hit things when it's like this. And I guess that should make sense. So you could still hit things like this. So we'll probably want it to play like traditional, like some sound effects and stuff, like similar to how it usually would. Cool. This is really fun. It's really fun. It's making it so it's like the player has more like control over things, which is like just one small part. Like the hand crank flashlight's going to be another one where you're going to have to crank it yourself to give it energy again. So this is kind of like a fun little thing to do. Hell yeah. I love that. Let's reduce the center weight even more, because I think that's a good adjustment. What happened while I was gone? We can now jork our fire extinguisher. Can I? No, can't do it like that. I guess we'd probably want allow. Yeah. We probably want to allow the player to do that, huh? We can jork the extinguisher and then... Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah, video games. Yes, video games. And we can fly with it. It's a good time. Yeah, we're gaming. We're maybe flying a little too hard. It's a little too much. There's gonna have to be some adjustments, but that's okay. We have a lot of replication stuff we need to do to get this working 100% properly. And also, I really want to make it so if you shake it too much, it explodes. You got to shake it enough to like get it working again, but then not too much so that it doesn't explode in your face. I think that's going to be our first friend slop item of the game. Are you supposed to shake fire extinguishers? No, but in our game, yes. Video game. Isn't it just like compressed air? In this world, it's like water and soap and shit. So you're like mixing the water and the soap. I don't know, I'm making that up as I go. What if friends can grab you and shake you so you both explode? Oh my God. If you have a fire extinguisher on you and you start shaking your friend and they have a fire extinguisher in their inventory, should that be... Nah, that's too much. That's too much. Listen. Oh, are you saying as in like if you're shaking this and then someone starts shaking you, it doubles up the shaking? I don't know. But anyways, this is a really good stream. Thanks for dropping by. All right, are we gonna do more today? No, I'm probably gonna do some. I need to go eat. I'm hungry. I need another coffee. This shit's crazy. But it's good progress. We got a fire extinguisher. It's shooting out goods. We have a little bit of a basis of a system in terms of being. So that's good. We'll have to get it working in multiplayer. But honestly, we might not even need to do this in multiplayer, to be honest. Like, I guess, would it be funny to see your friends shaking the shit out of a fire extinguisher? I guess it would be, huh? Yeah, I guess. We would have to smooth sync the item. Luckily, if there's 6 players and they're all equipping items, there'll only just be 6 smooth synced items, so it's not a huge issue, honestly. Cool. Fun. Now we just have to make it so it actually works on the fire. Ugh. I feel like you can't shake it fast enough. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're shaking the shit out of it. Now we're shaking the shit out of it. Yes. And then we should make like a noise where it's like a really high-pitched noise that gets like higher and higher based off of how much has been shaked. And then if you go over the number, then of course we got to make it explode. This is video game. It's starting to feel a little bit like a video game. We're actually like getting usable stuff. Gotta unload the particles on a friend. Oh, that'd be great. If they're on fire, you can put them out. It would be fun to cover your friends in foam. Yeah, right now it's not like you can shoot it at them, but it doesn't necessarily cover them up, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. We can still figure out some stuff, like maybe like on their screen they get little like clumps on their face and it like slowly disappears. We can do little things like that for sure. But I don't know if we can make it so it's like it like, what's the word I'm looking for? Accumulates on them. They're on fire, someone else has to put it out. I think like that could be like an immediate way to put them out, but I think over time it would just go out. Unless we put like a roll mechanic like Repo has, which I don't know if we will. Okay. Cool. Video game. It's a video game. Chat, we have a video game. You could just model like 3 stages of foam covering the characters. We could do that. Can you self-boost with it? Yes. I don't know why the emissive value for this thing is so fucking bright. He implemented rocket jumping already. You know damn well. Hell yeah. You know it. You know it. You know, one might say I'm a video game enthusiast. I love video games. No, I don't know if it's them stacking. I think, well, it could be them stacking that's causing them to like really glow. But I think they have like a really high emissive value or something inside of the thing, which is weird. Maybe it's the fact that the color mode is already set. Here I set it to 1. Yeah, the vibrance is 1. Last time I looked. Vibrance is 1. It's not like a higher value or anything. I guess I could just lower it. It's not a huge deal. Let's see what that looks like. That looks more foamy. Looks kind of snowy, actually. Well, next step is getting it to actually put out the fire, which maybe we should have done that first. Anyways, it looks fun, and that's what matters. So next, sound effects, get it to actually put out the fire. Shaking it required to replenish the goods inside of it, and then it exploding. Yeah, the foam could maybe slow down certain enemies. That could be fun. We could definitely do stuff like that. Yeah. Let me do this. Using up ammo system, using up ammo variable, shaking to replenish. Shaking too much explodes fire extinguisher. Proper replication for shaking. Putting out fire while firing. That's funny. Putting out fire while firing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Ammo variable, shaking to replenish, shaking too much explodes the fire extinguisher, proper replication. Okay. The great thing about this is once we get this going, replication and all, we have a good basis for like other items that have any sort of like replicated actions and whatnot. Like the hand crank flashlight, for example. Cool. And the nice thing about the replication for this one, if we do the firing, like shooting off and killing a fire server side, it won't look that bad because it's like you're accumulating the stuff to like put out the fire, you know what I mean? So it'll actually be kind of good for us. Yeah. All right. On that note, thanks for dropping by. Good stream, I think. I don't know what else we did today. Probably nothing. 4-hour stream, almost overworking. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for sticking around. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks.